So, Mike, what did you think of Star Trek Picard, Episode 10?
Let's take a closer look at the incredible, time-bending, tear-jerking, mind-blowing finale to an amazing season of Star Trek Picard. Control room, engage.
Well, we finally watched the final episode of Star Trek Picard, which is episode 10. We filmed ourselves in the screening room watching the program. And
This is strange because we're just talking about one single episode. Last episode we did 7, 8, 9. What did we do? The 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we're just doing 10.
well, it's right. Girardi was the Borg Queen.
Yeah.
That was the idea, mister.
My initial prediction.
That was his
That was his
mother.
mother. That was wrong. I think we knew that after episode 3, but
It's all right, Rich.
It's all right.
You tried.
I did.
She hung herself.
My mother hung herself here in this place.
What does that add to Picard's character? What does that, I mean, did you ever get the impression that there was some traumatic event from his past and that's why he kept people at a distance, and not just because, he was a professional?
Because he's still alive and his life is continuing.
I have maintained that if you're doing a show about Picard, it's called Picard. Like delving into Picard's
Just
past.
stop. Just stop.
Just in a generic sense, delving into Picard's past isn't a bad idea.
Just stop.
Why?
Just stop.
Why?
Why are you even bothering?
Why are we here?
I don't know.
We were wondering what to do with the emotional through line of Picard. And we noticed that Picard seemed endlessly unable to stick with a partner that was romantic.
Wait.
And so we thought, interesting, brave man.
Absolutely.
Scared of nothing out there, but maybe scared of something in there. So we built what he was scared of.
Wait.
So what happened in this final episode?
Uh,
You said you didn't remember what Dr. Noonien Soong was doing.
I know in a generic sense, he wants to secure his future as I guess the grandfather of a horrible
Borg Queen,
nightmare world.
The Borg Queen, played by Girardi, told him Rene Picard's discovery would invalidate all of his research.
Yes, which is why he became the head of her Borg Special Operative Squad. So our heroes in episode 9 fought the Borg Special Forces and won.
What is the...
And then, wait. They seem to...
We get to really finish telling a story, and I think you guys are going to really dig it.
Did he hint that he was going to throw drones at the Europa flight and try to murder Renee?
No, he said I'm going to stop Renee because if she succeeds, she'll make a discovery that invalidates his work. He will become a nobody and he will have no legacy. If she fails and doesn't go on the Europa mission, he becomes essentially a god in the future that shapes humanity and turns it into a nightmare world that he controls. Basically, the Earth is polluted.
Yes.
And they have to have space shields protecting the planet Earth from pollution, I think. Rene Picard finds a microbe that they bring back to Earth, which, like I said, cured the oceans or the environment.
And they found a way to heal the ocean and clean the sky using an alien organism that his Auntie Renee discovered during the Europa mission.
An organism cured climate change? Is that what she said?
Cured the oceans?
But that doesn't make sense because he's a geneticist and he was trying to cure diseases. So they said the microbe...
That doesn't matter. The specifics of it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
The idea that we are talking about connection and intimacy and why we feel we can or can't get close to people. And those struggles in Picard's life, really most primarily, are the journey of the season.
Wouldn't it have made more sense for Rene Picard to find a microbe that would cure humans of their illnesses?
The things they want to make a point about the show is global environment.
Or climate change.
Yeah.
But Dr. Noonien Soom wasn't a climatologist.
Doesn't matter.
He was a geneticist who was trying to cure the diseases that his daughter was inflicted with.
That doesn't matter.
So if Rene Picard failed on her mission to Europa,
that doesn't matter.
And didn't go on it, then Dr. Noonien Soom would live in a world where there was tons of pollution. Maybe he built the shields that protected the planet, and that's what made him a god.
Out of bioengineering?
I don't know.
Did he? Okay, in the timeline where
what?
When does a 68-year-old Brent Spiner?
So, Laris the Watcher says, Picard, this is my mission. It's been my whole mission, my whole life, to protect Rene Picard.
Okay.
Would you not interrupt me, you clown-haired fuck?
I'm going to interrupt you because I'm confused about the opening of this.
I'll answer all your questions.
Why is Brent Spiner not in France at the start of the episode? How did he get back to L.A.?
Why would he be in France?
That's where Picard's Chateau is.
What?
They were at Picard's Chateau.
Brent Spiner was?
He was part of he was in the Borg hit squad in episode 9.
But he just took a flight back.
It's not like the next day?
It's the morning time. It was at night in France.
I don't think that women should wear hats indoors.
Picard, you copy. We were wrong.
Sung is not here.
That's because he's here at the launch.
Damn it! This entire bullshit scenario was designed to draw us here and away from Sung.
What if his voice is fake, but the drones aren't?
I've got 4 heat signatures. What behind here?
Whatever he's doing at the launch, I think we found his backup plan.
Can't stop Rene from boarding. He's going to use the drones to take out the rocket itself.
Why did she need Brent Spiner in the first place?
I don't know what to say. Wait. Let's talk about the overarching plot, right?
Oh no! Oh God, no!
No. Let's skip everything. But the very opening of Star Trek Picard is Picard and all of his friends are on the Stargazer, and they encounter the Borg Queen, and the Borg Queen appears hostile to the point where Picard blows up the ship. That starts the cascading event of a causality loop.
How does Q get involved?
Q saves them because he knows that the Borg Queen is really Girardi, who's there to help, not hurt.
Okay.
We needed a friend.
Okay.
And Q's final gift to humanity before he dies is to...
He is leaving behind a gift.
To show Picard that he needs to trust his deepest and darkest enemy, the Borg.
Would you talk about that a little bit?
Ultimately, though, Q needs to show Picard that he can open up to other people. You know, kind of like all good things, just convoluted and bad.
Picard realizes Girardi is there to help. She instead of just taking off her mask and saying, "Hey, Picard, remember she contacted and wanted to speak to Picard specifically.
Yes.
However, the way she goes about it in the beginning, it's perfect for a mysterious TV show opening, but logically it makes no sense. The first thing she should have done when she appeared on the bridge of the Stargazer is take off her chainmail face and said, "Picard, it's me, Girardi. We went through a magical time travel adventure, and the thing is, there's a about to be a big space cataclysmic event, and you need to trust me because I'm Girardi, and we need to stop it. This is what it is. Instead, she starts acting very hostile, and she starts shooting around Dr. Octopus tentacles and taking control of the fleet in an outwardly hostile action, which causes them to react appropriately by being very defensive, right?
Yes.
So what she doesn't do that for the sake of television mystery, even though it makes absolutely no sense for her character not to just come out right away and say, we only have a few minutes before a butthole in space shoots a laser beam out of nowhere to destroy most of the quadrant. We have to act quickly. So her plan from the beginning was to use her Dr. Octopus arms to tap into all the fleet, all the ships in the fleet, combine all their shields with the Borg shields and create...
What matters, Mike, what matters, what's more important than anything are the unearned emotional moments.
Yeah. That's what episode 10 was. It was a series of unearned
It's a
emotional
series
moments.
of kind of good, but unearned emotional moments. Like Q's final farewell to Picard. I like that. I like that scene. The show did not earn that because Q isn't in this season other than that scene and a couple cameos.
Because it's a TV show?
Okay, that's fine. That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
So yeah, this felt like a very quick wrap-up. There wasn't a very exciting ending. Brent Spiner has a plan.
Why is Brent Spiner a cartoon supervillain?
Because bad writing?
Why does New Trek keep constantly relying on cartoon supervillains?
Absolutely.
When did he have time to go back and create, program, and design
Drones?
4 killer drones?
Yes.
When did he do that? Why did he do that?
Maybe he had them ready.
That seems like it would take more than an evening to get that ready.
He's a genius.
Did he not expect that after he blew up the Europa space a rocket with his drones that like nobody would investigate that incident and it would ever lead back to him? Why did the Borg Queen recruit him in the first place? I still don't understand that.
Yeah.
Please tell me why the Borg Queen, before she was Agnes, when she was still the Borg Queen, why did she go to Brent Spiner and say, I need your help? Why him? What did that get her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was the designated villain of the season?
Let's just give me a moment here.
Okay.
The Borg Queen was the Borg Queen. She was, I want to start a collective. I want to assimilate. I want to conquer.
She wants to get on the ship and leave.
Yes, right.
Why did she need Brent Spiner to accomplish this goal?
Stop.
I insist on knowing why.
Let me explain it. If you stop interrupting me, Ronald McDonald. Let me talk. I feel like I'm on the Geraldo show.
I need to throw that in your face. This is the Geraldo show.
Just let me talk. In the series, the Borg Queen is the Borg Queen. She is on a mission to re-establish the collective in the past. She's like, I'm the Borg Queen. I am going to do what I can to survive. I want new drones. I want to start assimilating again. I want to be the evil Borg that sucks up technology and life forms and creates all the things that the Borg does, right?
Uh-huh.
Through all the circumstances, Girardi becomes entangled with her, and they become one new entity. Girardi brings in her humanity element of it, and she convinces the Borg Queen to create a kindler, gentler new Borg that is not bent on domination or assimilation. It's focused on cooperation.
Uh-huh.
Then they say, let's go off in space and leave. In the 400 years between the events of 2022 and the future, that's when the Borg evolve into a kindler, gentler Borg and discover that a big eruption in space is going to wipe out all the life forms in the whole quadrant. And the new Borg, old Borg, probably wouldn't care.
So
new Borg wants to help.
So she needs 10 ships?
Don't worry about that part. In the past, they wanted humanity to fail because they're evil. So old Borg was like, hey, Brent Spiner, you know, if you kill Rene Picard, you're going to be this guy, and you're going to be like the future. The Borg, I don't know why the Borg wanted Rene Picard.
Why wouldn't the Borg Queen want to stop Brent Spiner from creating the Confederacy that was somehow able to defeat the Borg? Wouldn't she want Rene Picard to do the Europa mission so that the Benevolent Federation can come about? You know, the timeline where the Borg still exist and are a major threat?
You know, you're exactly right. I have no answer. I thought I knew what I was talking about, but I don't.
And boom! 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 Crash!
But
what does Star Trek mean to you now?
So my question is, Brent Spiner had a twofold plan to stop Rene Picard. Plan one.
I was just gonna say, I feel like I'm trying to analyze.
I'm gonna throw a chair at you.
Please?
Once you open once you open the alpaca.
He's still alive.
Oh, I was trying to talk about Brent Spiner. We'll just call him Brent Spiner.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I've been calling him Dr. Noonien Soong. I think his name is Adam Soong. He has a twofold plan to stop Rene Picard from getting on the spaceship. Right? Right?
Yes.
Part one of his plan is to donate a ton of money to the Europa mission, so he becomes a head donor. He gets VIP treatment by the little old lady who's in charge. I'd like to talk to Rene Picard privately. And she says, well, because they're all about to go on a spaceship together. And the purpose of the quarantine is so they don't talk to an outside person who gives them fucking COVID. And then I'm going off by myself because he's looking over my shoulder. Well, so then Rene Picard. But before he gets to fight with her, and then honestly, so that he can have a reason to say fuck you in a room after stealing the space. Rene Picard, remember Brent Spiner puts a watch on you're a baby and kills her, and then we discover that it's really Laris Brent Spiner's plan. That's what Picard was telling Laris. Do you remember me? And Rene Picard, there's a better way.
Wait, what did they do with Laris's body?
I guess Picard just left it there in the cargo dock.
So when they do an autopsy, I think it'd be surprised when she's an alien with green blood.
Maybe
and different
Picard.
Organs.
Maybe there was a cut scene where Picard dug a hole in the desert and dumped her body.
I think he had to. No, you can't just bury the body. Someone could still find the body. He had to dissolve her body in acid.
Well,
he had to cut her. They obviously had to cut her up into small pieces, small bloody green pieces, and dissolve all of the pieces in acid in order to preserve the future.
I think he used a phaser to vaporize her.
They didn't have phasers.
You can't bring that with you.
This?
Yeah.
Why not?
They didn't have phasers. 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 They didn't have phasers.
Didn't they bring them with?
I don't think they have phasers.
Whatever.
Wait, did they launch the spaceship from LA?
They did. They did.
From LA?
Yes.
Really?
I know. Do you know why they launched them from Florida?
Because it's by the equator.
and you get a better spin.
Yeah.
That's why they don't launch from the North Pole, because the Earth is spinning. It's like a ball that's spinning.
I understand.
The best part.
I understand.
I'm not used to someone who understands basic science.
You've watched too much Star Trek, Mike.
They don't even know. They don't know. We're launching a satellite from the North Pole. No. It would take a lot of more. It would take much more power and fuel to launch from the North Pole, because you're not using the gravitational spin of the planet to give it that extra boost. You know, speaking of ships, I was thinking about this. I wanted to mention this on our last couple of Star Trek shows, right? I talk metaphors and
look,
things.
it floats.
There's little feathers. Listen.
Yeah, what?
Tell me now. I want to make an analogy between Next Gen and I don't want to lump all new Trek, but
yeah,
I'll lump mainly Picard, right?
Okay.
Picard and the writing in it is very like, I thought I was listening to like a Shakespeare play at the end, right?
Is something going to happen for which I will be required?
Who with an errant turn of a skeleton key broke the universe in his own heart. No more.
It's very flowery, emotional, and the way Picard speaks about space. And let's talk about naval history. Mm-hmm. I see Star Trek: The Next Generation as we've been to space, we have fleets of starships, we've mapped out most of our galaxy or our quadrants, whatever. And I see Starfleet as either U.S. Navy aircraft carriers, right? A captain of an aircraft carrier would say, let's go coordinates 3168, Mark II, this direction, 30 knots, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
That's how they talk. That's how modern day aircraft carriers or battleships talk about water and the sea and maneuvering, right?
Uh-huh.
That's how they talked about space in Star Trek: The Next Generation. We're going to sector 31689, the something cluster.
Heading 3.5.
Heading 3.5.
Mark 7.
Yes. Star Trek Picard speaks about space in the way some explorer from the 1400s would talk about the ocean, right? We look upon the stars. The ocean, it calls to me. I'm a man of the sea. I use my sextant to look at the stars to determine which direction I'm going. And my God calls me to the new world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
The secular blasphemy.
Yes, in the time of Captain Cook and Columbus and who sailed around?
Magellan.
Magellan, yes, that's the name I was looking for. When they spoke of naval achievements, they used it in terms of God and country. And now imagine a captain of a very large aircraft carrier in the United States Navy. Does he go, at night I look up at the stars and I wonder, where do I belong? In the sea. The writing is more romantic.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a loving or character emotional sense. I mean in the classic definition of romantic.
Yeah.
It's not technical, it's not scientific. And that is a big failing, is that these writers and producers on this show didn't translate.
To family, then. Because
And me.
that's what we are.
They took the concept of what Star Trek was, even back in Kirk and Spock days.
It wasn't about translating. It was about throwing out everything they didn't like. And everything they didn't like was everything we liked.
I'm picking up visual wavelengths only between 4,500 and 7,000 angstroms.
Let's try the neutron densitometer.
There are moments in our lives we fear to relive.
Mr. Worf, have you been able to identify the source of the radiation?
And others we long to repeat.
Pursuant to paragraph 1290, I hereby formally request third-party arbitration of our dispute. Furthermore, pursuant to subsection D3...
As you say, I've spent my life in the stars.
It's your job, Commander LaForge. Determine some way to keep the Enterprise up and running. Data, you join Commander Riker on the away team. Find out what happened on that ship.
You remind me a bit of my mother. She, too, loved the stars.
I recommend we use a gravitron polarimeter. It will perform a similar function.
Make it so, Mr. Data.
And she, too, struggled.
The flux spectrometers are still down for realignment.
I thought they were supposed to be back online yesterday.
The part of me that really wants is the part that has to wait in line.
Behind what?
Sometimes those who shine the brightest feel the sting of fear and melancholy.
We'd have to access the transport controller and reset it to a testing mode. Convince it that it's still back in school, accepting simulated inputs. That's not going to be easy without the main computer.
Okay, why did you decide to go to the stars in the first place?
And now the intellectual property owned by a giant corporation is a thing we don't like.
And it's hired all the wrong people who think they're writing a drama series where we have to have cliched backstories of mothers hanging themselves and learning to discover yourself and whatever nonsense is in this show.
I wish that day it hadn't ended up in my hand. I loved her desperately.
Love can be a source of great grief and immense pain. Of tremendous guilt.
The people that prefer old Star Trek are not a niche audience. I don't believe that. I think it can be done well. I think I give audiences the benefit of the doubt. I really do.
Star Trek was, back in the day, was always one of those things you'd tell a normie about and they'd say, oh, I don't like that nerd shit.
But Star Trek The Next Generation was one of the most successful TV shows of all time.
This is an intolerable situation.
I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know why they're doing it.
They just have the wrong people that are making it. It's a double whammy. It's one, the wrong people, right? And two, bad people.
Well, season 2 actually ultimately turns out to be a sort of Picard looking into Picard.
That's really what it boils down to. You could have the wrong people make Star Trek and make it really good. Wrong people, bad people. That's it. And the wrong people are watching it for the wrong reasons. So there's 4 wrongs involved in this.
Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. There might be an army of people who legitimately enjoy this horse shit. They enjoy crappy emotional dialogue that just makes them feel something, even though it's like hollow. Let them, you know what? Have it. Take it. I don't need it anymore. I'm good.
I think what's so hurtful is that
we were dumped, Mike. We were dumped.
Yeah. So how did this conclude? Q
died hugging Picard.
Q's
which honestly would have been a nice moment. It's a shame they didn't use Q at all this season to do anything.
I don't have to do too much acting here.
Q was there to help out, to make sure that...
Is there a better way he could have done it? Did he need to do this convoluted time travel thing?
He could have popped in and said, listen to the Borg Queen. She wants to help.
Yeah.
He could have stopped time and said, listen to the Borg Queen, she wants to help.
He could have just shown up at the chateau one night and said, you know, Picard, we've had a long relationship, but time is short. I'd just like to have a nice one-on-one talk and put all the bullshit behind us for a change.
Snap back to the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can bring Tasha Yar back that way.
Where's Picard's brother in all this?
Oh, he doesn't exist. We forgot he existed. I mean, he's dead anyway. He died to fire off camera in Star Trek Generations.
No, but when Picard was a kid, Robert, his brother, was older. So when Picard was like 9 or 10.
There's probably a throwaway line we missed. He's away at college.
I think they just forgot about him. He could be away at college. I don't know if the age gap was that big, but was he at like the adult video store renting pornography from the robotic kiosk?
Yes, that's where he was. 2 Klingons, 1 Batleth.
He was buying hemorrhoid cream at the pharmacy. Oh, yeah, you were complaining about the drones. I wanted to say this, Rich.
Yeah.
I was explaining Adam Sung's plan, which was, 1, to kill Renee Picard by introducing a neurotoxin into her system by something stuck to his hand. He went through this whole song and dance to donate money, to befriend the head of the mission so that he could get in, even though she was in quarantine, to see her in person, so he could touch her skin and introduce a neurotoxin that kills her. Which most likely he would be a suspect number 1 for murder.
What?
And then, oh yeah, it was that guy wanted to see her privately.
What?
And now she's dead. And then he would end up in jail for the rest of his life, thus not being able to complete his quest of...
But he's so smart.
But he's so smart. He's certainly not criminally smart. There's probably cameras all over the fucking place.
I can't be that stupid. I mean, there's no way he's just a cartoonish supervillain.
Now, if he really wanted to stop the mission, and he's so computerly, technologically advanced, why not just introduce like a virus into the computer software that controls the space launch, or at the very least, send the drones out first and stay in his home office and have the drones just knock out one of the propulsion tanks on the rocket and delay the mission for 6 months.
This seems like an extreme reaction.
What?
Why does he care that much?
Because he wants Renee Picard to fail so she doesn't bring home a microbe that solves climate change. Because he's a geneticist, and without climate change, he can't build the shields around the planet that make him a god.
Are all scientists homicidal? Is this because they're not emotional enough?
He's been established as a sociopath or psychopath because he was okay with genetically creating daughters to experiment on and have them die, and he didn't give a fuck because he was trying to cure them of diseases, but that goal of doing that suddenly switched to I'm Adam Sung, the savior of the Earth, who's going to not let the Earth be okay because they're going to put shields up all the...
I'm not talking about a stupid reference in this show, which was pointless. I'm talking about Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. As good as that movie is, I now resent its existence because it legitimized the concept of having supervillains in Star Trek. Sorry. Sorry. can never break a bottle when you need to.
Bottles are tough to break.
I know. Space!
Raffi, Lady Doctor.
Emotional finale. It wrenched my heart in many directions at once.
I cried butterfly tears.
There are moments in our lives we fear to relive, and others we long to repeat.
Isn't this exactly what you said, basically?
Give us second chances. Maybe people can.
That's pretty close. That's pretty spot on.
Why was there an explosion in the center of the galaxy? Why did that happen at the last minute?
Patrick Stewart wears a diaper.
I wore Patrick Stewart's diaper. It was used.
Patrick Stewart made love to Laris, but it was awkward and short. And she was wholly disappointed at his performance.
Half your age plus 7 years. Why isn't Picard gay?
I thought you...
I thought he was going to kiss Q.
Must it always have galactic import? Universal stakes, celestial upheaval? Isn't one life enough? You ask me why it matters. It matters to me.
Are they gonna kiss?
You matter. He's in love with him. He's been in love with him, Rich.
Even gods have favorites, Jean-Luc. And you've always been one of mine.
Which, you know, given their history, it wouldn't have been entirely unearned.
If Q was gay?
I mean, Q isn't even straight. Q's some kind of multi-dimensional being beyond our comprehension.
But he could come out as gay.
He could, sure.
He could say the whole time because Picard was like, for 30 years, why did you fucking bother me all the time? And he's like, I'll tell you a secret, Picard. And then Picard's like, and then Rich is like, oh my God, kiss. Q is in love with Picard.
He doesn't do anything in the show.
Are we done?
Are we filming?
We haven't been filming.
Okay.
I'm done.
Then I can stop pretending to hate the show because I love it so much.
I know, it was great.
It's a fantastic show, isn't it?
I cried butterfly tears.
My heart felt like it was going in so many different directions. I felt all of the things.
I had all the feels.